Because people come at the last moment, don't find.
Yeah, true.
They just come one go.
Formally welcome to you, to everyone here, and welcome to everyone online as well. Tonight we're lucky enough to have Emmanuel with us.
Well, I'm lucky enough to be here.
And he's lucky to be here.
We're all lucky today.
And we've got an interesting subject tonight. Apart from the usual, we're going to meditate together a couple of times, but our interesting subject and an interesting congruence of events and people here. Our subject is our attention. So we're going to talk about what is attention and what we do with it and how we improve it. And the interesting congruence is that Emmanuel is from a country that is noted for its attention.
Yes.
And also, there is a point about that, which is that all the countries have their own particular qualities or qualities, really.
Yeah.
And so the quality of France, where Emmanuel is from, is attention.
Yes.
So that's a miracle.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a miracle, but yeah, it is true. I mean, pretty much the whole world know that French have very particular attention to details. But I think through the knowledge of Sahaja Yoga, we will know that attention is much more than that. Yeah, today is the day to explore.
Yes.
To explore that and obviously explain what self-realization is, what Sahaja Yoga meditation is, for all the newcomers online and for our newcomers here in the room. So we'll explain obviously what we are doing here.
And we'll make sure everyone has their self-realization and also strengthens that self-realization. So we can together have a nice thoughtless meditation together, which strengthens our attention.
Yes.
That state of thoughtless awareness. So how are we going to get into thoughtless awareness, Emmanuel?
So the first thing, I suppose, it's to present, introduce this meditation. Shri Mataji, that you can see on the photograph on this chart. Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, she created this meditation. She actualized a very ancient knowledge that we find most of the time in the sacred books in India, in the sacred practices as well. But Shri Mataji has done something quite remarkable. We can say it's a revolution, because what you can see here, it's called the subtle system, but it's also called the tree of life.
Can you see?
And this tree of life is what is basically this truth that we are human as human beings. We've been created for evolution, to reach a state that is called a state of thoughtless awareness, to reach what we call happiness. And the truth is we are loved by what people call the divine force that is all around us. And this divine force has given us all the tools necessary for us to be happy, truly happy in this world. So what is the truth? The truth is we are born with an energy that is called a kundalini within us. We are born with it. As we grow and we, as kids, this energy is quite present within us. That's why the kids are very spontaneous and very lively creatures. And somehow also have this innate wisdom within them. And as we grow and build our conditionings, build our knowledge of this material world we live in, the countries we come from, our traditions, etc., we form what we called two very big institutions within us. One is called ego, me, the I, and the other one is called super ego, which is the conditionings. And we sort of live our life with those two institutions managing everything, the way we think, the way we approach people, the way we approach ourselves. But we talked about the truth. And the truth is not about those two institutions. The truth is about this energy within us, the kundalini, that is supposed to be awakened and give us into how do you call it? Intuition or connection that will nourish us, that will nourish our brain and give us all that we need to communicate well with people, to communicate well with ourselves, to awaken all the qualities that are within us. So you can see on the chart here, we have what we called the chakras, the energy centers. So each energy center will have a quality. It has a quality, innate quality. What happens is when the Kundalini is not awakened, we tend to actually go through a constant cycle, which is a lot of action, a lot of thinking, maybe sometimes too much, and then suddenly very tired, very lethargic. And then we sort of do this constant movement in our lives. And in that movement, in this extreme movement, sometimes we tend to seek for something more, a balance, a knowledge about ourselves. How are we supposed to live this life as human beings? And interestingly, at least until I met Shri Mataji and Sahaja Yoga, no one was able to clearly say, this is how human beings work. And be very clear about how it works. And also give me the ability to feel that this is the truth. So Sahaja Yoga is very much a scientific approach in that sense, that when you received your self-realization and the Kundalini goes through the different chakras, we will give you all the knowledge and the things that you can do, etc. But then at the end of the day, this is you to verify that whatever we are saying is true, based on experience. So through experience, you verify that this faith is true or not. Some people choose to do something else, so this is not for them, and they think they're happy to go and do something else. But the most important thing is that you are the master here. You are the one making that step forward in your evolution. See if this awakening will bring whatever you're seeking. And that's why I asked you in the beginning, what are you looking for when you come from meditation? And I think it's an important question that you can take the time to answer for yourself as we go through all this knowledge.
But the interesting thing is that it can't happen unless it's done collectively with at least one other person who has that vibration of energy already.
Yes, and something that you can also verify. But some of us here received this awakening directly from Shri Mataji. And the beauty of this meditation is that, one, it's free. And two, is that we are here to spread it. We are here to give it to whoever has the desire to receive it. Since some of us received that realization and took the time to grow that awakening, then we are authorized to pass on this knowledge to someone else, and vice versa. What will happen is this person will then pass it on to someone else. And so that's what Shri Mataji has been doing for more than 30 years, until she passed. And she traveled in all the countries and spread that knowledge. I think the beauty of it is that really it's experience, and I'd say maybe let's
have
go
the experience
through that and
first.
Yeah,
cool.
And see how we go. So shall I explain?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So let's what we'll do is I'll show you where to place your hands during the first meditation, which is called self-realization. We'll close our eyes. We'll try and feel comfortable. For those who here in the room, everyone has taken their shoes off. So online, if you want to take your shoes off and feel comfortable, put your feet directly on the earth. That's very good connection. And it will help us to go through that meditation. So we'll use our left hand. We'll put our left hand on our knee, and our right hand, we'll use it to place it at different plexuses on our body, as I'm showing right now. This will be all the different places we'll put our hand. And the last one on top of the head, we'll place the palm of our hand on top of our head. Here is the chakra that is the place where we receive our connection, where our energy comes out and connects us to the same energy that is all around us. And then we'll take it from there and continue with this session. So let's put our hand on our left hand on our left knee, and we'll place our right hand on our heart. And here, the first thing we can ask ourselves silently within is, who am I? Am I what we call the force? Am I what we call the spirit? Am I what we call the life force that gives life to everything? Who am I? Let's put our hand now, right hand, on our floating ribs on the left-hand side. And here we can ask ourselves another question. Am I my own teacher? Am I my own master? Do I know what is right for me here and now? Am I my own master? Now the next movement is very important, and we'll place our hand where the leg meets our body, on the left side still. And here, this is the moment we ask for this experience to occur within us, the awakening of our Kundalini. And we simply ask permission by saying, Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge about myself. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge about myself. So this energy is already within you. It's not something outside. It's been with you since the beginning. So it's about reconnecting with her. And as we called her mother, this energy has, her nature is of a mother. So let's rise our hand back on our floating ribs. And this is where we are going to support by our desire, with our desire, this awakening. Mother Kundalini, by your action, I am my own master. So this is a quality that is within you. And now through this awakening, your Kundalini will reveal this quality spontaneously. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own master. You can say this affirmation a few times if you want, and just observe yourself. And this process will continue when we raise our hand back to our heart on the left-hand side with our right hand. The left hand is still open on our knee, facing up. And here we are going to say, with full confidence, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the pure spirit. I am the life force. Now you ask a few times, and then you just watch yourself. Just observe in silence what's happening within you. Mother, by your grace, I am the pure spirit. Now let's put our right hand where the neck meets the shoulder. And then once we placed our right hand on this side, on the left, then we can turn our head towards the right-hand side to open this area even more. And here we are saying, Mother, if I am the spirit, therefore I am not guilty at all. Let's remove all the guilt with a sense of forgiveness that is much more beneficial for our evolution. Mother Kundalini, if I am the spirit, if I am the life force, therefore I am not guilty at all. Mother, by your grace, I am not guilty. Just observe yourself, what's happening within you. If you feel anything on your hands, or you feel relaxed and peaceful, and just be there in this moment, the present, right here, right now, what's going on. We talk about forgiveness, and we are rising, putting our hand on our forehead, which is the center here of forgiveness. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everything, everyone, and I forgive myself. You can say that up to 3 times. This is an essential path we need to take through forgiveness to reach what we call thoughtless awareness, where we are thoughtless, no thoughts in our brain, but completely grounded in this present moment. And maybe at this point, you may be feeling something happening on top of your head. Just keep it there as we put our hand at the back of our head and we'll push our chest a bit forward so that we can lean our head backwards. And here we are going to simply ask Mother Kundalini, please forgive me if I have made any mistake in the past, willingly or unknowingly. And as a mother, our Kundalini is supporting us, is helping us, and will definitely forgive us. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me if I have made any mistakes in the past, willingly or unknowingly. And the last step is putting our palm, the right hand, on top of our head on the fontanel bone area there. And we are going to press with the palm quite strongly. And we are going to ask, as we rotate clockwise, so left, front, right, back, left, front, back, right, back. And we ask every time we turn, Mother, please give me my self-realization. So we can turn up to 7 times. And every time we ask, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my awakening. And slowly we can put back our hand on our knee. Keep our eyes closed for a couple of minutes, just observing the state we are in. Not the thoughts, just the state. You can check whatever is happening on your hands, if you feel anything on your hands. You can also pay attention to what's happening on top of your head, if anything is happening there. And just to feel the difference between before and after the meditation, we can slowly open our eyes and observe ourselves, see the state we are in, and just before we finish this meditation, this first part, we can, with our right hand, put it in front of our pelvis and we'll rise it all the way up. Raise it up all the way to the top. So we can do that a second time. And again, observe what's happening on top of your head when you reach there. And then we can do it a third time. And then keep our hand on top of the head, palm facing the head. And we keep the hand at a good 30 centimeters on top of the head. Just observe and move very gently and slowly. See if you can find a gentle breeze or a little current passing through the head towards your hand. Once you've got it, then just witness it, acknowledge it, and slowly put back your right hand on the knee, and then you can put your left hand up there just to see if there is any difference between both the hands. And again, once you've found that place where it's blowing a little bit, just gently, then put back your hand on your knee. And that will be for the first meditation.
So we will continue on that meditation and make it a bit more in a minute, but we wanted to dwell on the concept of attention. Attention, normally we might think it's thinking, concentrating, but it's a little bit more in that it's particularly now when you're not thinking so much, it's more of a feeling. But let's listen to what Shri Mataji has to say about attention, which is a few good points there, and then we'll go into our second meditation after that. So we'll have the TV on there, and it'll be on for you as well online. Oh, I'm sticking in the other side. It's a short excerpt, about 6 minutes, maybe 7 minutes. So try to keep our attention on feeling that gentle breeze on top of our head, and to see if it changes at all while you're listening to what Shri Mataji has to say.
Oh, that woman is very bad, she is jealous of me, all this nonsense. Where is your attention? When you get realized, then you start seeing through the window of the spirit. Your position changes. As you're looking at me now, then you come back here and start looking at you this way. Till you are realized, you are sitting before me. But once you are realized, you come here and see others. From there, that's your foot. Nobody can touch you there. From there you see others. Your attention is detached. So the attention becomes enlightened after realization. You pay attention to anything, it works. It does work, no doubt. You try. Those who have got realization should try this. Try your attention. But attention has to be pure. You have to purify your attention. And the best way to purify it is to keep your Agya Chakra open. When this center is open, which is the center of Christ, which I have shown that it can only open through the Lord's Prayer, after realization. When you open that, then you are in that state where your attention is divine. And you'll be amazed how things work out. Even the smallest things, the material things, the useless things, and the great things, and the subtle and subtlest, and how you start growing. So the growth is to be achieved by purifying your attention. And to purify this attention is to keep your Agya Chakra open and be in thoughtless awareness. You watch something, so don't think about it. Zen said the same thing, but I think people didn't understand. See, before realization, it's like telling about colors to a blind man. Zen said the same thing. You watch a thing without thinking about it. They created patterns which didn't mean anything, which you see it without thinking. But that's only possible after realization. So the thinking process minimizes and you start witnessing. The higher state than that of attention is that you jump into nirvikalpa samadhi, into the state of doubtless awareness. Now it is not doubtlessness because you have argued it out or anything, but is a state where you are doubtless about things. I mean, the way you speak, the way you behave, the way your attention is, you can make it out that I am doubtlessly there. The discrimination becomes so sharp that you can just say this is so and so and so. There's no fanaticism about it. As I told you this morning, that if a blind man crosses over something and says, oh, there's a snake here, and he believes it's a snake, he believes that it's a snake, that's fanaticism. Because he has no eyes to see and he believes it's a snake, he says, oh, there is a snake here, I believe. But a person who has eyes sees, no, it's a rope. It's just a rope. And he says, no, it's not. It's a rope. But he has eyes. And when he says with his eyes, which can see that it's a rope, he means it, the truth. Then he is not a fanatic, but he's standing on the truth. This subtle difference people don't understand. Fanaticism comes through blindness, and the truth comes through realization. And at any cost you will not give up the truth. Any cost. Now, when I started my work in 1970, somehow I knew all about these fake gurus and fake people. I knew about it. And in my first lecture, we had must be having about 2,000-3,000 people. It was a very huge hall. And I told the names of all these fake people and who they were in previous lives and what they did by names. And everybody was amazed at me. They were frightened. There was a Maharaja who was a friend of my husband and all that, and he came and told me that, oh, I'm really frightened for you. I said, why? He said, these people are horrid. They mean money. They mean their whole earnings out of it. How did you say these things openly? You took their names. They will shoot you. I said, let them shoot. I'll see who shoots me. They said, you see, they will prosecute you. I said, let them prosecute. So many years have passed, nobody has dared to say that I am telling the lies. There is no fear. You love, but you don't love satanic people. You don't love Satan. The Satan who has spoiled the Kundalini of people, who has spoiled all the chances of their getting realization. As a mother, do you think I should say they are very good people? I am not a political figure and I am not seeking elections. Cannot be a compromise. That's what happens to you also. But by your own self-esteem, by your own glory, people see, here is the leader. And you become the leader of the people. You can, there is nothing to be frightened of. There should be no halfway. As Christ, as he read it out to you, that lukewarm people, he spits them out of the mouth. If you are hot, if you are devils, will fight you. If you are cold, you are my children. But lukewarm people are static. Because all kinds of forces are pulling, there's no progress of any kind. You come, you come. Negative, positive. They are pulled this way, that way. There cannot be compromise with truth. And then you will see, you will have the real collective force, the real blessings of God. In every way. You don't have to worry about money, you don't have to worry about anything. It all works out. Everything works out. You can't believe it.
Before we talk about it anymore, just try to get back that feeling. So we'll try to let go of all the thoughts of the past, memories. We'll drop our right hand down to the earth. So we're asking Mother Nature to absorb all the thoughts and memories of the past so that we can be more into the present moment. So our Mother Kundalini will just take away all of that from the past that's giving us habits. You might feel on the left hand that's on your lap. It starts to feel pleasantly cool. And there's a flow from the right hand into the earth. Just keeping your attention back on the top of your head where you had your hand earlier on. So that word attention again. So just feel what's happening on top of your head and let your Mother Kundalini suck out all the past habits and memories. Keep making us think of things from the past. Let it all go. Now bring that right hand back open on your lap and bend the left one. So we're going to ask our Mother Kundalini to suck away all the thoughts of the future, all the overactivity and planning. Any thoughts of the future. still our attention. We're trying to feel what's happening on top of our head and just letting our Mother Kundalini suck out all the heat from being in the future. Neither of these two things exist, only the present exists. Let's bring that left hand down. So both hands are open on your lap. Let's again take our right hand on our forehead, just bending our forehead into the palm of our hand. We can open up our Agya chakra so that we can feel that thoughtless awareness by again saying that, Mother Kundalini, I forgive. I forgive everyone, and I forgive myself. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone, and I forgive myself. And bringing the hand up again onto the top energy center, the top of our head, the fontanelle bone area, pressing down with the center of our palm, rotating the scalp in the clockwise direction again, and asking our Mother Kundalini, please take me into thoughtless awareness. Really desiring from your heart, Mother, please let me feel the cool and the love. And raising your hand, you might be able to detect a very subtle flow on the top of your head. Just continue feeling that. Bring both hands on your lap. We might have a little bit of music that will help keep your attention, feeling what's happening on top of your head. And on each breath, just feel your heart responding. This nice flute music we can hear. Just listening through the top of your head. Just be aware of that flow above your head. And your heart opening more on each breath. We'll slowly open our eyes. Just to finish off our meditation before we just chat a little bit more, we can do the short form of raising our Kundalini and placing ourselves in Bandhan, which is how we start and end our meditation each day. So on the days in between when you come here, you can do this at home. So we're got our left hand raising up and our right one winds around. So we're mimicking the movement of the Kundalini and taking our attention up and tying a knot. So we want to keep our attention up there. We'll do it 3 times, 1 for each channel. Second time, 2 knots. And then the third time. So surprisingly, if we keep our attention on those hands, you can feel your attention up there. 3 knots this time. Then you can feel those vibrations in your hand. And with that, we're going to protect ourselves. It's called a bandhan. We go over and back for each of our chakras, so 7 times over and back. That's all you need to do your meditation. 5 minutes at least in the morning or at night, whatever's convenient. I was just remembering that nice analogy you had, Emmanuel, of our attention being like a lift.
Yeah.
So you can get on the lift at any point. You might have your desires for dinner, or your at this centre here, or you might have some dissatisfaction, some baggage you're carrying into the lift. And as you go up in the lift, you can also get rid of some of that baggage. So if you leave all the dissatisfaction and the overdependence on my dinner and people that you love up at the heart, and then you're going up here to everyone you're communicating with, or responsibilities you feel in the outside world. And then, of course, the lift goes up to this centre, and you're forgiving everyone, of course. And then as you get up into this lift spot here, even the walls become clear, and you can see everywhere, and you can see yourself. You can see everyone more clearly. So that's the lift taking you up.
It's actually exactly what Shri Mataji was saying. You start seeing from a different position, from the spirit, the position of the spirit. That's how she described it.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think we were talking, you asked me before this, we started this, how can you explain what attention is? And I was a bit like, it's a bit of a tricky question. But actually, I think I've got the answer now. It's simply that to compare it with what we call concentration. You know, when people put make an effort to put their attention somewhere fixed. It's very different than the attention we're talking about, which is more of a position of someone who's watching. And there is no effort, no force that you produce, that you apply to basically be in that position. And I think that's the difference between attention and concentration. And as you are in that lift that goes up, that lift is actioned by your Kundalini. This is the driving force of that pushes the lift up. But you standing in the lift, you don't produce any effort. You're just there and you watch around what's going on. And then you can see from that position of level 4, the heart, you can see what's going on around you. But again, you're detached because you're not in there. You're in that position where you watch.
And how about the word contemplation? How does that fit in?
I reckon it's the next level.
I
reckon it's the next level. It's because we're talking about a lift. So let's say the lift is a bit of a tool. At this point, it's going up. But then
that's like the Kundalini, yes.
When it reaches here.
When you're up there and the walls have fallen down, we're looking at everything, that's when contemplation.
I reckon it becomes something special. because the other thing that we have to realize is that we lived our life based on our human perception of what reality is, 3-dimension. What our eyes see is what is, basically.
And also our conditioning in that what we've thought,
What we thought.
been told or read about,
That's it.
how things are.
Me as well, the ego, the other guy. And so, is reality actually what we see or what we perceive from our conditionings or our ego? And I think that's your call to make through your own experience of self-realization, is to discover that space that Lynn called contemplation, and really verify it for yourself that what is it. So yes, in Sahaja Yoga, we have a lot of different scientific proofs that meditation, for example, has the Sahaja Yoga meditation specifically has the capacity to reduce the temperature of your skin, compared to some other practices which won't have at all the same effect. Actually, the temperature of your skin will rise. Another thing is research in Sydney has been produced that Sahaja Yoga meditation has a capacity to mitigate the effects of ADHD on kids, for example, but also has an overall very positive effects on the family when they do it all together. So those are things that are actually verified, that we can say scientifically it's proven that Sahaja Yoga does that. Now, as we talk about evolution, I think it's all of us to continue this research within ourselves on the effect of Sahaja Yoga meditation on ourselves, what it does to us, what is attention actually doing to us when we go there every day, when we raise our kundalini, what happens, verify it. Take a notebook, write it down. Today I felt this. That's what it produced in me. And as an open-minded scientist, yes, always keep your sort of an open approach to it, saying, yeah, it's not verified yet, but I'm on the way to do something about it. Actually do something.
If anyone has any
it.
questions online, Vara's really keen to get your questions in the chat, so do give him a nice question. And same here, any questions? Feel free. Dilip, you might have a nice question. He's thoughtless. But all those things you'll start to feel in your hands, in fact. So you can start to feel, so you may not necessarily feel if you have ADHD or any particular conditions, but you might feel these fingers are hot constantly. And that might also coincide with, running thoughts that just don't stop. And you think you'll want to sit down for 5 minutes and have a meditation, but then there's 20 million thoughts. But then you see in your hands, these two fingers are really burning. So you try to cool them down by having some ice in your hands, or simple as that. And then you find the thoughts stop a bit. So it's all your own experience, what you start to feel. Which is
like thoughtlessness in yourself or not?
I think I felt it pretty light.
Oh, that's good.
What about on your hands? Did you feel it on your hands?
I think the left hand that was sitting up there felt more hot than the other one.
Okay, that's very good. Okay. That's good information.
Yeah.
Standard information, meaning your kundalini has gone up.
And is communicating to you something.
But did you feel like the gentle cool breeze or hot breeze coming out
It's the
of you?
second time.
I felt it a little bit on the second. First time I Second time I felt a little bit of.
That's good. That's good. Because it's the start of self-realization. It's a few little coils of that Kundalini rise up. So you've got your conundrum is that you're trying to feel, and it's so subtle you're not actually feeling it. And also it's a small experience to start with. But then as you continue doing it, it gets stronger and stronger, and you can then definitely say, yes, I'm feeling it.
Yes.
So it's the repetition.
It is.
Spontaneous repetition.
Are you sending them home with any homework?
Ah, yes. Homework is to daily raise your Kundalini and put on a bandha. And then whatever moments you feel like just being thoughtless after you do that, do that. And then you can tell us how you felt next week.
So at home, when we do this, only do the last bit,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't need to go through. We've got the card there with everything we did tonight, but for homework, you just need to do that and then just sit for some time.
Which time is better, in the morning or?
I find morning is good, but whenever you find convenient. So you can find a nice area that you decide is your meditation space, and you just keep that nice and special. And just always do your meditation there, and that gets you both in the mood of it, plus makes the vibes in that particular spot stronger. So you're elevating your space. But see what you feel during the week, and report back next week. That's the important part.
Pressure.
All you as well online.
You reply, yes, ma'am.
We've got a bit of music for you, everyone online. And we'll say goodnight. Thank you for joining. Lovely meditation with you all. And hope to be with you again next week. Thank you, Emmanuel.
Yeah, no, it was a pleasure.
Very nice.
But meditation-wise, if you want to do more, like sometimes to see the effect of something, you need to go, for it, and actually see the difference before and after. Like today, we took an hour to reach there.
Yeah.
It's a significant hour where we went through various exercises. We watched Shri Mataji's talk, and slowly you could see that your attention was getting more established. So sometimes it takes time.
Sometimes it takes time.
Especially it might
That's
take
true.
time.
So if it takes, and you've got the time.
It doesn't have to be very long. The